I would like to call the September meeting of the Edison Public Library Board to order at 7:04 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's the same color as the carpet.
As required by the Open Publics Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-1, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, News India Times, posted on the Edison Library website, bulletin board, and given to the Township Clerk. Mr. Kleiman, please read the roll call.
Ms. Mead,
Here.
Mr. Romano,
Yeah, here.
Ms. Kabadi,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Here.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Leary is excused. Ms. Hamid Mukala
Yes, here.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Great, thank you. All right, we're gonna go to the approving of the minutes.
Minutes of the Edison Township Library Board of Trustees meeting of August 2025. Present, Fiona Mead, Joseph Romano, Pallavi Kabadi, Shreyans Patel, Rinki Singh, Anthony Di Pasquale. Absent, Katrina Leary excused, Jyoti Pamadimukala excused. Also present, Anthony Iacoca, Board Attorney, Alan Kleinman, Library Director, Deborah Sarr, Assistant Director, Amanda Coyle, Administrative Operations Manager, Sherry Reyes, Library Administration. The president called the meeting to order at 7:05 p.m. He led the salute to the flag and the open public meeting statement was read, roll call taken. On motion and second, the minutes of the regular open session of July 8, 2025 were approved by unanimous consent. On motion and second, the bill list dated August 12, 2025 was approved. On motion and second, the resolution to approve a contract for professional services to the firm Arcari and Levino for the Clara Barton Branch renovation project in the amount of $24,700 was approved. On motion and second, the resolution to approve the appointment of Mikala Iyengar to the position of part-time librarian with an anticipated start date of August 18, 2025 was approved. On motion and second, the meeting was adjourned at 8:09 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
So the second,
Second.
roll call.
Wait 1 second.
Oh,
It has Joey down as being unexcused. Was she unexcused or excused? Cause I remember her saying that she wasn't going to be here.
There was an updated minutes that were uploaded to the second packet that I sent on Sunday, on Saturday. That was changed from unexcused to excused.
Okay.
That was my fault. She had let us know in June that she wouldn't be here. And so I didn't catch it.
All right.
Thank you, Fiona.
roll call.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
Here.
yes. Ms. Kabadi.
Yes.
No. Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Ms. Pamadimukala,
Abstain.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes,
Motion carries.
great. We're gonna move to the financial reports. Fun.
The financial reports for the period ending August 31st, 2025. Nothing particularly unusual, only one large payout for the Edison branch, and some other things that go along with it to some of the architect, as well as the items in storage. And I would say compared to last month's bill list, it's quite small. The total comes to $370,374.29.
Okay. Or can I have a motion to approve the bill list?
A motion.
Yes, second,
Second.
roll call please.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano? Yes. Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Hamid Mukala?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we're gonna move to the directors and assistant directors report.
Debbie, you would like to start?
Sure. So we finished up the summer reading, and for the first time since Alan and I have been here, we had the highest number of registrants, which was great. We had approximately 1,200. We had about 21,600 books were read by all of the people. The prizes have been given out. So we are now working on our fall programs. We're gonna have a kind of version of Trunk or Treat at the branches, and by November, we're gonna have a pop con. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up. And then Alan and I are working on updating the onboarding with every person. We learn something new that we want to do. So we're going through that process, and that's pretty much it.
A lot of routine things, the routine manual, the emergency manual, all those kind of things needed updating. We're starting to look at the job descriptions, all of those have not really been updated in several years. They don't really reflect the how the library has changed. And so that's a lot of what Deborah has been working on. We overlap with attending the construction meetings. In my report, have given you a detailed look at the construction. We are anticipating that the construction company will be completed somewhere in the first week of October with the main library. Then that will give us a chance to do the wiring we need, move in, get the shelving back, the books, and we're still on target to open, I would say, January 2nd. And so it's really exciting to see the flooring come in and the walls up. The bathrooms have been framed. It's kind of fun to see that every day. We don't go to North every day like we do to Maine. But I do have a few pictures. I know that there were a couple of things. We'll post these on the website. So we have a packet. The first one is the new flooring for the new meeting room, combination meeting room and exhibit space is now present. So it seems really big when you're standing next to it. The second one shows the new entrance and the new sidewalk. The entrance is going to change a little, and it's kind of fun to see all the work in front of the building. The third picture is the inside of the children's room. From the long view, the children's room is really with opening up the space that we had to dismantle the bathrooms in the corner. It's really going to give us a lot of room to be able to kind of segment that room into ages. So the part that would kind of be behind us as we're looking at this picture will be the early childhood area. And then the other areas will be for the middle grades. And the next picture is the inside of the new entranceway. They also have started framing the areas when you walk in. And the last picture is from what is now the youth services team room into the meeting room. There's now a door so that that could be more useful. You don't have to go all the way around. So when it's empty, boy, does it look big. It really looks really big. And I was there this weekend. I'm going, I don't know how we're gonna fill it, but I think it will give a much how do we say it, not cramped look to the place. People will have a lot of space. So you know, between the team room and some of these other new additions, I think and as we progress, I'll bring some more pictures. But nothing's really inside. It's really just all demolished. You know, they're working on the ceiling. They're starting to do a little of the electricals. They've been concentrating on the outside first, because those are the more difficult pieces to add, because then everything has to be tied in together. They've been working on the roof. So it's kind of fun to keep saying it. Couple of Clara Barton updates. We are expecting to start to see some of the initial drawings from our Carrie and Iovino for the new vestibule, and the sensors which we will use to help us determine how many people really use the building. Should be installed within a couple of weeks. And on September 30th, I will send all of you a note. We're gonna have the folks come in to start to do the survey on the building to give us a better idea. Once we build the vestibule, it's really gonna change the building upstairs and downstairs. So how do we utilize the building to better meet the needs of the neighborhood? You know, what is the neighborhood? So on September 30th, we'll be having an all-day focus group. David will be here. We'll start a survey. I'll invite all the trustees. Staff will be involved. We're going to invite the community. They want to come and talk to him about how they would like to see the building used. So it may sound like a repeat of what we've done before, but that's okay. And he'll give us a report in about 60 days, which will just be good timing as the vestibule gets done. So we're not going to do anything until that vestibule gets done. So mainly I've been concentrating on all these projects. How can we say it? It seems to never stop. So, but that's okay. We're making a lot of progress. You know, I haven't updated Edison by the numbers. We did go down a little over summer, which was expected with 2 branches in renovation. But even these numbers were still probably one of the highest circulating libraries in the county and in our consortium. So we probably won't hit the 600,000 items borrowed this year. It seems likely we'll be hitting somewhere around 500,000. But if you think about it, 500,000 items went out from our 3 buildings and our 2 portfolios. That's the easy part. It's the 500,000 that comes back that has to be shelved and have to be put in their place. So the staff has really done a really good job this summer. I did what Deborah said about summer reading, and we're looking at really stepping up our programming efforts for next year. We have a couple of things in the hopper that we will be working on. We want to see how we can better approach what people are looking for. We ran our programming survey 3 times. We had, I probably at this point, a little over 300 responses. It's not anything we didn't know, but I think it validates the kind of programs that people are looking for. And it also validates what people are looking for and the attendance. So the youth services staff have been doing a variety of things on Sundays. They did a wonderful program on Wizard of Oz, which had a lot of interactive participants working yesterday, the youth services and the our older adult services librarian Liz did a grandparents' day, and I saw the pictures. It was a full house. People just loved it. So, we'll just continue to do more and more of that, of what people are looking for. We expect now that Maine will reopen, we can increase our book collection again. We also probably have 60,000 items in storage. So we've got to make sure that we have room for those when those come back on the shelf. So it's going to be a busy couple of months, but I can't wait for the main library to reopen on both floors. Oh yeah, we started to do focus groups with our teens, and they were kind of there were two questions. So this is the time of year that we order new magazines. So we asked the staff, and Caitlin had a teen advisory board meeting, and it was funny. So we asked them, "Are there any magazines you'd like us to buy that we don't already have?" And they said, "We don't read magazines, we read books." And so it was kind of nice to hear. And she's going to do one more, and then we can collate the answers. And we basically asked them, "What do you want? What is it you're looking for?" A lot of technology.
Also a secret room.
A secret room. And we're looking at, maybe doing a studio at North, rather than duplicating exactly the same things, same kind of makerspace that we have. Here we have really sound at Maine. It's arts and crafts. It's the DIY that just bring everyone in. That's what they want. And so it may be at North, because in the afternoon we have our captive teens.
Yeah.
They're looking for something that the school doesn't have, or they can supplement what the school has, but they would like to do other stuff outside hours. So, the more that we talk, and it was funny, we asked them if money was no object, what would they want?
For the secret room.
The secret room came from that, money was no object.
There's something else.
No, they're really quite funny. So, one more of that. And we will be doing the community conversations in general at Main Library and North. One very exciting thing we'll let everyone know. In October is Banned Books Week, which is a celebration around the United States in which we focus on the books that have been challenged and why, and the freedom to read. And so we actually, John, the branch manager of North, has assembled a really super panel, including the state librarian, who is going to come to be part of this panel to talk about freedom to read and banned books. So press release going out about that. That was a nice coup. She doesn't always come and do programs. She really is great. But she doesn't usually do that. She usually introduces speakers at conferences. So I think we're honored. Unfortunately, I am not here that week, so Deborah's going to do the honors, just representing the library, and I hope all of you will come. And it's going to be at the North Edison branch. So we're doing more there as well with programming. John started to do some programs there. So we're basically books, program, services. That's what we're about. We have school year has started, as Mr. Romano well knows. We're starting to get requests from the schools to come and visit, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And so we're starting to do that as well. So that's kind of my report. I'm open to any questions, comments, thoughts.
So I have a question about North. Are we on schedule that they're expecting, where we would be at right now? I know it just started recently, but how are things moving in?
The schedule that the contractor has given us calls for them to be out of there. I'll say their date now is the end of March. I would also say give it a week or two after that.
Right,
But they signed off on that. The hard part for really is the outside.
right.
It's not the inside. And so once that is all pretty much set, the steel for the outside is due next week or the week after. Once that big framing comes in, then they can work full speed, but they've already started to do framing inside as well. So it's March. And so I look at that one. That may be a little easier for us to open than the main library because we've been up and down three times. Because we pulled everything out and we'll bring everything back at the same time except what's in temporary. And what's in temporary can be brought back at the same time. So I'm expecting that we will open that end of June, first week in July, pretty much. So it's going to be here sooner than we think. So really, where we are now is we anticipated that originally that the North Edison branch would be 12 to 15 months, and the contractor basically is doing it less than 12 months. I will say I've worked on other projects. You never realized how many inspections for both of these things, because usually, you're the director and everything's fine, So it's like being in these meetings, everything has to be inspected at every stage constantly by the township to make sure everything meets standards. So, and those have been going well. So I'm not sure, it's kind of not 100% safe to go in. So I would not want to encourage a visit, because you have to cross a couple of heavy rainy modes. But I'll keep you apprised with the pictures as we make progress. That at least help. And I would say probably once the sides are done by January, kind of like the main library was, once we hit that certain spot, it'll be easier for if board members want to come in and take a look at it. But I don't think at this point, it's kind of, we're very cautious where we walk. You've got a hard hat on and you've got safety glasses and jackets and the whole bit, yeah.
Anybody else have any other?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, in continuation of what you said, any time frame we are targeting when it's gonna open, because people are curious when it will be open and,
I mean, I would say July 4th
Oh,
or after July. I mean,
yeah,
whenever we open that week, if
great,
we gonna just give ourselves a little
buffer time,
buffer room,
yeah,
like we do, we expect the main library is gonna take 3 months. This because we have to do our own wiring in there,
mhm,
for all the cameras and all the IT. We also will be starting to order, as we did in the main library, the new AV equipment and all that has to go in. So we will probably start that in February or January. So things are done once they're out of there. Kevin and his staff, as well as the outside contractor who does the wiring, get to do a lot of work. But
great.
I would also say that when I look at the libraries, I check them, say twice a day on the camera, make sure everything's okay inside and out. More people are using the North Edison branch, I would say, than 2 months ago. Definitely, I see a big difference. All times of day, I see people sitting and studying now. This was even before school opened, sitting and studying and doing work in the main area. A lot of parents were coming in, obviously, this summer with the kids, but I see adults now coming in doing their work. People that I didn't recognize coming to the other branch before. So we may have also found some new people who didn't know that the other library existed. So I think as we do more and more programming there, that will get some people in. I wish there would be a way for us to bring the teens in, but the way that we're able to at least get them in is we do a tab meeting and we promise them food, they come. So, what can I tell you, I mean, like today, we had, gaming day. We fed the tweens, the kids mainly from, TJ. They were very well behaved, very well behaved. They all enjoyed the pizza, thanks to the Library Foundation. And they had a great time gaming and interacting with each other. So I walked in, it was like, it's really quiet in here. They were all eating. Yeah, so it was good. Today was supposed to be gaming with the police, but they had a last minute emergency, but we continued that with the Edison Police Department. They've been great with the kids and really have a good time interacting. We always look for the board members to help us promote things. So, as you go out, just tell everyone where the library is, and we're here to help.
So I have one suggestion, or maybe first question, I'll start with question. How do you take feedback from the public who, come to library?
One of the ways is, for example, we just did this survey of
Online survey?
online survey. It went out to everyone who had a library card,
Okay,
and we did it 3 times. We probably, as we, and I've mentioned here in the director's report, we'll probably get a couple of months more out of the strategic plan. But we've been playing with doing part of the strategic plan, although we have been doing strategic plan. So the community conversations are one of the ways that libraries get feedback. So as you know, we had done them here, and we'll be doing them at North, and we'll be doing them at the main library. We also probably will try to do some things later in the fall in languages other than English.
Yeah.
So we're looking at how we can begin to get many of the things that we do in multi-languages, so that, say, the survey would be in 3 languages, the 3 major languages or 4 major languages of the community. Also, we're going to start, as I also mentioned in my report, one of the things that has been in the library's volunteer policy have been 2 advisory boards that we've never really initiated. So we're going to initiate the Older Adult Advisory Board kind of this month. It's Grandparents Month. It's a good time to start that. Let people know. We'll be looking for seniors from throughout Edison who would like to help us better serve the senior community. The next one will be parents, and that will bridge kind of the gap. We probably will be looking at doing more outreach to maybe some of the organizations in town. Maybe have a town hall just with the organizations to see how we can better serve them as well. So we're always, I think what we don't want to do is say we do a plan and then we don't talk to people. So I think we've started the process of like a continual dialogue all year long with the public. We don't get a lot of suggestions in our suggestion box, but it might be something that we go back to an old-fashioned suggestion box that we put in the branches as another way of soliciting feedback. So any ideas that you have, just let me know.
So one suggestion I have, in addition to the suggestion box, some people like to write down on the paper. So that's great. On the suggestion box itself, you can have a Google form. Some people like electronic way of giving suggestions, right? Create a QR code and put on the suggestion box. Either you put suggestion in a paper in this box, or scan the QR code fill out our Google form and give us suggestion. So, both way we are serving both the people and post everywhere on social media, website. More people get involved, they think that, they feel involved and they feel that Edison is serving us, and that's way, it's a both way communication, otherwise people don't show interest as much. I mean, how is the traffic in survey? How many people gets participate in the survey?
Well, it participated in the survey, we had about the 2%, we had over 300 respondents. And it went out to what, 25,000 people? But marketing tells you 2% return is not a bad return.
Right.
But I'm glad you said the QR code.
Yeah.
Because Kevin's right here. And he'll be more than pleased to put a QR code on the suggestion box and have it go to a Google form. I know.
Right.
I could tell.
And maybe
But he loves me.
He's doing it now.
Well, he's doing it right now.
maybe write it. This is a 3 times a year. We take your surveys very seriously. Please take advantage of this time. It's gonna go away. 21 days left and all that. Show the scarcity in the social media and people feel drawn towards it. Oh, we should do it. I mean, it's gonna come only 3 times, and after a few months later, we'll get chance to do survey. That kind of thing. Maybe in social media, you can put more.
And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna post the results of the survey so
Correct.
people actually see, what it was. So we'll do either something on social media, or we'll send out one of our blasts that we do every day, to thank everyone who did that. So they're still coming in. We did the last post on the weekends, so they're still coming in this week. I think next Tuesday is the cutoff day, and then we're gonna do a drawing for 5 people to 4 prizes and 1 grand prize, dinner for 2. So that was the impetus. So that helped, and so we thank the foundation for funding the prizes for us. So it's start.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you do it, you reach new people. It's always a start.
Yeah.
Josie has a question. Okay, sure.
Yes. We have programs for the children and parents. I was wondering what programs do we have for the next 3 months for seniors in the township, whether it's a main library or Clarabelle, especially for the seniors. Are we serving that population? How much we are serving, and what programs we have, and what are we planning to do in future? I know North Edison branch is not there, but how about the main branch in Clarabelle for the seniors?
Well, all of our programs, once they're planned, are in Communico. So we have programs already scheduled in Communico until November and December are already plugged in. I can send you out from Communico, we can do a filter just for the programs for older adults. So we do have an older adult services librarian. That's Elizabeth Freed, who's also the interim branch manager here. And she is responsible for the programs, along with Eric, who is at the main library. So we sometimes don't say they are specifically for older adults, but generally the programs aimed for adults are also obviously appropriate for older adults. So I will print off those calendars tomorrow. I can scan them and send them out to you. And then you can see what's planned between now and the end of the year to give you an idea of what's going on. We've also had some very successful programs at the Senior Center at Minnie Beeville. Elizabeth and Sherry started their tea club, in which they've started to go to do presentations on tea, which have been very well received by the participants. To learn more about tea, they get to drink and test some of the tea things. And we actually had a meeting this week with Parker, I guess it's Parker Homes, that have facilities around us, but not in Edison. They are going to be starting to work with us in partnership and presenting programs here. We were very excited to hear that they will work with us on programs for persons with Alzheimer's and dementia, as well as other kinds of programs. They do virtual programming as well, that they said we can tap into. So we're working on getting our older adult programming up to par, and really not duplicating what's happening at the senior center or Miniville, but reaching seniors who are looking for other kinds of things to do. So I can send that out to you in the morning.
One more thing, last year and the year before, it was very popular to have a demonstration, cooking demonstrations. Somebody comes and helps, and it was always 60, 70 people present all this time. I was wondering, do we have any of that programs this year for the cooking demonstrations?
Cooking demonstrations?
Yes, we have two things. We have generals, we have library chef, which we do virtually, and she does programs once a month. We also, with another consortium that provides us virtual programs, they're gonna start to do cookbook authors, and we're looking at doing a cookbook club for people. We would concentrate on one cookbook a month, and people would make recipes, bring them in, and we would do some potluck fun with techniques. So yeah, I mean, that's part of the general things that we do. Jaylene has been very successful. She's our resident chef, I would say.
Yeah.
She's been doing a lot of programs with the teens and with the children on cooking basic things at the North Edison branch, which have been very successful over the summer, and she's going to be continuing that in the fall. So cooking is one of the things that brings people in. People love to eat, and just, you know, maybe we need to learn how to make pizza in house for the kids each afternoon. That would be great.
So library chef is great. Every month they have a virtual, but in-person programs I was looking for. That's great to see that it's going to happen.
Thanks. Anybody else? All right. We didn't have any committee's meeting over the summer. Any business, so we're gonna go to a closed session. There you go. Because of, yeah, this was the. Be resolved by the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees that the board will now enter into a closed session to discuss matters related to personnel, as these matters involve confidential employee information protected by the state law. So can I have a motion for a private?
Motion to go to closed session.
A second?
Second,
Roll call?
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano? Yes. Ms. Gabati,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
yes.
Ms. Hamida Mukala,
Yes.
and Mr. De Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, I'm gonna ask those in the audience if we could just step out and we will let you know when we are done. Thank you. Okay, we are back in session.
If you want to take a motion to go back in open session, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I have a motion to, a motion to go back in regular session?
Motion to go back into.
Regular session. Second, second?
Second.
Everybody?
You could do it.
Aye?
You can do it.
Okay. So, we have a resolution actually that Mr. Kleiman is gonna read.
That is glasses off. There. Resolution of the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees approving the hiring for the position of part-time library assistant. whereas the Edison Public Library, the library recognizes the need to maintain adequate staffing in order to provide quality services to the residents of Edison Township. And whereas the position of part-time library assistant has become vacant, and whereas upon review of the candidates, the library director has recommended to the library board of trustees, the board, the hiring of candidate Shelley Peters. And whereas the board of trustees finds that filling the position of part-time library assistant will serve the best interests of the library and the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the library board hereby approves the appointment of Shelley Peters to the position of part-time library assistant with an anticipated start date of September 15th, 2025.
Okay, do I have a motion?
You have a motion.
We have a second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Speed,
Yes.
Ms. Pamela I'll get this right.
Hamidi Mokala, Hamidi Mokala. Yes.
Thank you.
That's what it is. You're
You don't have to
right.
give me some lessons there. Yeah. Is that a yes, no, or an abstain?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Romano? Yes. Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes,
Motion carries.
great. Mr. Romano?
Yes. There's a motion on the table. For dismissal. The motion is the person only has a number 293497 for dismissal. I make the motion to dismiss.
We have a second. Second, roll call?
Ms. Mead?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do these. Ms. Pam?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. We are going to move to new business. We have a resolution. Mr. Ponder, if you can read that, please.
Yes, resolution to approve the Edison Public Library to apply for the expanding digital literacy grant from the New Jersey State Library in the amount of $25,000. The expanding digital literacy grant program will enable New Jersey public libraries to teach digital skills and provide access to technology in communities with high need. There are several areas that the grant is to address, and we're going to be responding to the needs of older adults. And so talked about that a little bit earlier. I'm hopeful that we will get this, but we were fortunate with getting the digital literacy grant last year, which we have a digital navigator who works for us full time. So we're hopeful that this would be a great addition to that, and we would be able to have this person traveling through the branches to provide support to our older adults. And we would like very much to begin to do programming, teaching skills for in languages other than English. So I ask the board, the state library always likes to have the board aware of the grants that the library applies for. And I would ask that the board approve permission for the library to apply for this grant.
Before I ask for a motion, does anybody have any questions about
I
this?
have a question.
Yes,
So what's your plan to, how are we gonna spend 25,000 towards?
It's basically mostly staff. I mean, because we and some material textbooks at work, but basically it's for staff. So we would be looking at hiring 2 or 3 part-time teachers who would be able to teach literacy skills in some of the languages that we've not been able to teach. We've basically only been able to teach in English. We would like to teach in Spanish, perhaps Hindi or some of the other languages, Gujarat or some of those, as well as Mandarin or Cantonese. And so at this point, we haven't been able to do that. So we think that that would position us a little bit different than other libraries that may be applying for the grant. So we would do that probably in English plus those 3 or 4 other languages. So if you look at just the hourly rate for a computer instructor, that probably will eat up the $25,000 very, very quickly. So it basically is that, and some workbooks that would go along, but maybe today a lot of what the teachers use are online. So there isn't that much of a cost of, say, 10 years ago, everyone was buying computer books that they would use with the classes. Doesn't really happen as much as now. So we even see that with our literacy classes. We buy very little textbooks to go along with the literacy stuff. Each of the literacy instructors do different stuff that they create themselves, so they based on the needs of the students. So we also we're also seeing that this mirrors a lot of our literacy classes, which are Edison is a multicultural, multilingual community, and so are our literacy classes. So I think this would be a great addition to be able to do that. And pull in some of those folks who are taking our literacy classes as a group core to start this project. Who knows? If we don't get it, maybe this is something that we could start on our own small next year with the new budget.
So are you focusing on language literacy or digital literacy?
I'm sorry?
Are you focusing on language literacy or digital literacy?
It's digital literacy.
Okay.
It's computer skills. I mean, that's the big push everywhere.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how different our 3 branches are. In this library, we have independent adults who mainly come and use our computers. Believe it or not, I know we say we're quieter here, but there's oftentimes all 3 of those workstations upstairs are in use. We know what we do with the rearrangement of the floor. We're going to add at least 1, if not 2 more computers up here. At the North Edison branch, people are very independent. They bring their laptops. The students didn't want the help of the librarians. At Maine, it's a very different crowd. Whether we have our digital navigator or we have staff from the IT department, now pretty much always out at the computers. They're always helping someone. We have a lot of need in town. And if you look at the statistics, it doesn't show it, but we can tell by the questions that people ask the staff, just basic things of email or scanning. We get a lot of people who come in to scan documents. They've never done that before, or fax, or those kind of things. So we've gone from not having anyone at our computers to having someone there almost all the time because people need help. So it's been pretty consistent in about the 4 years we've been here, that the main library seems to be the area of town where people need more digital help than the other 2 branches, but we haven't reached out to the other 2 branches in languages other than English at this point. So it'll be a good experiment. And what I say is, if we get the grant, we try it. If it doesn't work, we gave it our best shot. We know that that's not what people are looking for. So
I'm sure it's gonna work, and good luck. This is because I have my own experience. Adults wants to know day-to-day life. They are struggling with digital, any work they have to interact with on-site. On the website, they struggle a lot. It is free, so I can't do that. So maybe you can have a survey and ask them, as little creating an email, sending an email, banking account, that's little far. So before that, browsing, entertainment, how can you, Google, sending in messages to other people, having a Google translator and, empower and talk to anyone you want to, regardless of what language it is. So those kind of stuff, they struggle with very little stuff. Maybe you can have a curriculum around it after surveying and then, post everywhere. Many people would come who doesn't even come to library. Most of the people who come to library and have access to laptop and computer, I can tell you, they know already and they come to take advantage of it. But many people don't even come to library for it because they are scared. They are scared. They don't know how they're gonna,
We're very friendly, we smile a lot. I mean, it's been interesting to see in the 4 years that I've been here that some things have stayed the same and that the digital need in town has been one thing that not everyone can afford the internet.
Yeah.
Not everyone can afford a computer. And that's what we're here for.
Yes.
And you have a computer at home, you get stuck, you have no one to help you. The folks that use the library, many of them come to the library because they know they're gonna have a helping hand.
Yeah.
If they get stuck, there's a staff member here
Right.
that they can talk to,
Yeah.
and help them. And then that's the difference between us and at one point, if you remember, all these internet cafes were supposed to put the libraries out of business. It never happened because there was no one there to help people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's our job. 20 years ago, that wasn't, well, I shouldn't say that. I started teaching computer classes to older adults in probably 1997 and 96.
Wow.
I was teaching DOS. And so, people always, and technology, this changes every minute.
Yes.
So, I think at least for the next 20 years, I think we're gonna be in the digital literacy business at least.
Yeah.
You're really old. Yes, and I'm proud of it. But there's someone who might be a little bit slightly inside. Just barely, like a week.
Embrace it, that 55 and over in meals.
Like, yes. Oh my God, we got it for this.
Anybody have more questions? Okay, can I have a motion?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Ms. Pam,
Yes, yes.
Mr. Romano? Yes. Ms. Gavati,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we'll go to public comments. During the open portion of its meeting, the library board provides the public with an opportunity to offer comments regarding matters pertaining to the library. Pursuant to provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-12, the board is entitled to permit, regulate, or prohibit public participation in its meetings. Each speaker will have a maximum of 4 minutes to speak and should limit comments to matters pertaining to the library. The speaker will be directed to conclude their remarks once the speaker's time has expired. A speaker may not speak more than once during the same public comment period. No time may be yielded to a speaker by another. Speakers are asked to begin their remarks by stating their name and address. Board members are not obligated to answer impromptu questions or address remarks from members of the public during the public comment period. Speakers should expect the board to refrain from engaging in a dialogue except to the extent necessary to clarify the speaker's comment. The allotted time for speaking is the only method to address the board during public comment period. The board will not entertain questions or comments called out from the audience. When appropriate, the board may refer inquiries and items brought up during the public comment to the director or for other staff. Speakers and members of the public should at all times maintain proper decorum and shall make their comments in a civil manner. Do we have any public comments?
I do.
Okay,
Sarah Nasser, Pleasant Avenue, Edison, New Jersey. This is in regards to the Fall Fest that we're gonna be doing. I know that I joined a little bit late, but did we get clarification that we're gonna be able to put the Bookmobile and the Sprinter? The Sprinter as well as like the tables for, were they allocated to us so that we can at least point this way to the library?
so I did have discussions with the recreation department. Have you heard anything more about it yet? Okay, they said that they were going to try their best to accommodate. So I'm actually gonna follow up with them, because that was probably the beginning of last week, so I wanted to give them time. I know they said they were gonna talk to the company that runs it all. And I did say to them, it would be very helpful for us to have that, so it's close to the library, so it's something that we will follow up on and get back to you as soon as we get the answer.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to just have a pointer so that we can get some traffic into the library as well.
What was it, well, it's definitely Sarah was just asking about the location of our tables for the fall festival. I sent you guys the email, can you follow up with that? Okay.
We figured, we would do so by the end of this week, they'll know where they're gonna
Yeah.
put everyone.
Okay, great, all right, cool,
Thank you for requesting that.
sure.
The other question that I had is for, we were thinking about, there were conversations that happened, I guess several months ago where, we were gonna do potential brick donations for the North Library. Is that something that, we are still, like, we can, like, a family could donate a brick and that would be a part of the building? Is that something that we're still thinking about doing?
Yes, but, we need to, speak to the architect to see, the place that we thought may not be the way it is, and so we need to find a place, that, we get sort of permission that that's gonna be there, and they're not gonna be doing something over it when they build something over it. Because we had a side on the side of the building, but I'm not sure that that's the best location, so, we're looking at that.
I was thinking that we could also do a sidewalk of brick. That could be something to consider.
Yeah,
Great, and thank you for the updates in terms of the North Building July 4th and the main building January. With Clara, I know that we're just starting with this. What is the expectation? Like, is it, before the end of the year, or
What's,
when are you expecting to have the vestibule open?
we have a timeline from them on the.
no, we don't have the drawings yet,
Okay,
because we're gonna have to go out to bid.
And then we selected a construction company.
well, we have to get the plans, final plans first, and, I mean, I would, you know, I would hope we could at least start before the end of the year, but.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we should be
Yeah, I mean,
able to,
you know, the timeline would be about a month, 6 weeks for the drawings.
right,
Then whether we will look at them or not, the vestibule is not gonna be very exciting. So,
right.
sorry. And then once that is, they will draw up the RFP like they did for the main library and go out to bid. So they will handle all of that for us. So I expect that there will be good timing in the fact that third waves will be coming in, and by the time we get their report, then we'll have a good thing to mesh what we need to do to improve the library.
Yeah, if we could definitely set a goal that it's done before, you know, the new year, I think that'd be a great goal for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I knew it was this time. Okay, great. Anything else?
Do we have a status on the, we were gonna see about putting artwork on the walls, and I know you were gonna get like the, what's it called?
The boards?
Yes, the board system.
Yeah.
Do we have an update on that?
No, because we're waiting to see how we do it at the main library too. That's the first priority when we're working on that. I don't really want to do very much here if we're waiting for the report and things
Right.
might change.
Okay.
I will just throw this out, for example, you know, one of the community conversations we had was is there a way that this room could be made bigger? And so that's a suggestion. Once we look at something, and that might change how we
Right.
how this whole place looks. So that we could have a bigger meeting room here, so,
I would say it's definitely part of the plan.
right.
We just want to make sure we don't do something and then have to go back and change it and, but. It's
I mean, we certainly know that we could do some painting and some refreshing
Right.
and some other stuff here, and that's a given. So, rather than do anything twice, I think, there's some portable things we could do that we could then use elsewhere, that, we could have set up to do some, exhibit stuff, here throughout the library or even upstairs. Because those are the things we could use at the main library or use at North, when we open at North, so that might be a better solution than at this point, putting stuff on the wall.
Anybody else? Yes.
Dr. Nasser, Pleasant Avenue. Question for you, Al. So, I have some microscopes from school that we're gonna get rid of. Is that something that the library could use? They are mirror lens, so they don't have light, but just ask to decommission that they can't be sold or just don't want to throw it away.
Let me ask, the folks who do the programming, if they find that they'll have a use for them rather than us taking them. But
We did.
what do you wanna look at? Who wants to look at stuff? Are you talking about 400 of them?
Talking about maybe 25 to 40, maybe?
Okay, can you hold them until we have space?
When would that be?
January. Well, no, at least next month, once we have the downstairs open, and the floor is done, then we could bring stuff and put stuff downstairs.
Okay, right, let's say if you can't do that, let me know. I'll figure
We'll
out,
find a place for it.
I'll find a place for
We can do it for a rental of $1 a day.
it. I will find a place for us to hold them,
I can hang on to it
but
for,
as long as you can, and
Yeah.
just call
so
me.
just as long as there's a follow-up on it.
Yeah, just let me know if you're like, we can't hold it anymore, I will
Yeah.
find a space somewhere. I'll talk to the town hall, I'll talk to,
I
Cat,
can hang on. to
maybe
it.
they have something, but yeah, no, we don't wanna give it up.
I mean, as
like
long-
that.
Once the downstairs is finished, all the carpeting is there, then we can bring stuff, because we'll
Right.
start to be moving stuff down there from the second floor. Just to make some room up there in the second floor, stuff that belongs down there that we don't need, kind of stuff, so, first week in October. Second week in October, about that, we should be able to have the room down there, for storage.
Okay,
Now,
yeah,
if-
just keep in touch with
If
that.
I can also ask if you want, if the cart can go with it, do you want the cart?
A car?
A cart.
Oh, I thought I heard a car.
Oh, everyone's a cart.
A cart would be very helpful.
I'll find out if I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, great.
They would fit in my office. You need to get them.
I think we can hang on to it. If it's a month, then probably, yeah.
Yeah, let me know if I can help out with that. Anybody else? Okay. We are gonna move on to, library board members' comments. Anybody? Oh, yeah,
So, the JP Stevens BDSO has reached out. They just wanna let everybody know that they're having this Bollywood disco dandiya night. Student tickets are 15 and adult tickets are 18. It's on September 26th, 7 to 11 PM. And, it's, by the JP Stevens BDSO, and it's, all the funds go to the school students. So they just wanted to, show this, and then probably we could put them in the library. They requested that we would just put it up. So that's it.
great, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, before we adjourn, I just wanna, let everybody know that the next meeting will be held on Tuesday, October 14th at the main library. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
everybody?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody have a good night.
Good night.
Take care.
I can get everyone.